There we go. It's live now. Okay, now what was all this Kaylani trash you was talking?
It's not Kaylani trash. Like, I don't think everybody is really in tune with how Kaylani had everything on lock. Like, Kaylani was
What on lock?
Kaylani was popular on Vine. Like, let's really get into it. Kaylani had Vine on lock and Tumblr. Like, this was before like IG baddies.
Before TikTok, before all of that.
Yeah, this was before like
Oh wait, I'm not. I'm again.
India Love. Like, Kalani was the original baddie. Like this, like you ain't need like BBLs and all of that. That wasn't like.
But you're saying even more original, like even before Janae.
No, seriously, like I wanted a shortcut in tattoos. Like,
but hold on, I just want to make sure that you're saying that Kalani was before Janae.
I'm not gonna say that. I think that Kalani and Janae had similar runs. I think Kalani probably came in right after Janae because Janae been here for a minute, and I think Janae is probably the oldest out of all of this mix, if I'm not mistaken. Janae
Janae is a goat in her own right.
Yeah,
we're not even talking about Janae tonight. That's crazy.
When the conversation started, I said we can't have this conversation without Janae and Kalani. That was my first message: was we can't have this conversation without Janae and Kalani because they gave R&B girls.
I mean, I would rather hear more about Janae than.
That's fair. That's fair. I feel like Janae gave Kalani a platform, so there would be you couldn't do the whole soft girl life without Janae. Like Janae did. I'm not gonna say she made Kalani, but there would be.
All right, who's before Janae?
You said what?
For shits and gigs. Who's before Janae?
Keyshia Cole? I don't know.
Keyshia Cole.
I'm like, Minnie was before Janae.
I know. I'm just saying we just chit chatting it up. You feel me? I'm just trying.
I don't know. Mary J. Blige.
Where would Lauryn Hill fit in? Is she too many steps before?
I feel like that's more neo soul than R&B.
Man, that's R&B.
I feel like I wouldn't put Lauryn Hill in any category with Janae or Kalani.
I wouldn't either. Like, hell no.
So that's why I'm like.
I think it's R&B, but I think it's like subcategories under that.
That's fair, I guess.
Yeah, so
I would still put it more of in a neo soul bag, but that's just me. Who do you have, B Quarter?
I got SZA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
this is cool.
Yo, SZA's new album, I ain't gonna lie, like that's heavy on repeat right now.
All of SZA's albums, SZA makes pieces. Like she makes real pieces. Like that's why you don't really hear people like talk about like. I mean, people wait on SZA to drop music, but they know when SZA drop, like you're gonna be listening to a SZA album for 2 years.
Yeah, no, SZA albums be more of a vibe, like because people always complain like they don't understand what she's saying.
And I think people forget that she came out of a collective. Like she's a well-rounded artist. She's not just like a singer or like like she's a well-rounded artist.
Yeah.
Are we on Facebook too, or just on YouTube?
No, it's on Facebook. We just waiting on the guys.
Our other two.
Yeah, but no, SZA is more of a vibe, like than anything.
How y'all feel about Summer? Where do y'all feel like she falls in all of this?
I feel like Summer is like top tier for like R&B girls of like like right now.
Today.
Yeah, of today. And I think she's very talented. But outside of that, like. I mean, how long are we going to be talking about Summer Walker?
Oh, that's kind of crazy.
I don't know, man. I think she has a lot more to do, but I think what can ruin her is more so like her personal shit outside the music. Yeah. Like, man, this is a great point because I mess with Teyana Taylor.
Teyana Taylor, no, like I ain't gonna lie, I would die on the Teyana Taylor hill, no cap. Like I am a Teyana Taylor fan.
Yeah,
like she was one of my songs on my MySpace.
Yeah, her last album
if we're talking
fire.
Tiana Taylor isn't somebody that like when I think of like who's running R&B, I don't think of Tiana Taylor.
I wouldn't say she's running R&B, but she definitely one of the girls, like one of the girlies.
Yeah, like I
feel like she can be on the roster, but I feel like if we talking top 5 or top 10, I don't feel like she's in the conversation.
Yeah, I don't feel like she's like running R&B, but I feel like she has a place. She's one of them people that's just too talented for her own good.
She's like the AI of R&B.
To call her AI R&B, wow, I don't like that.
No, not artificial intelligence like Allen Iverson.
I can see where you going with that. It's like you dope, but you ain't got no rings.
And she's good at what she's good at. And I think a lot of Tiana Taylor, like she does a lot of like choreography. And I don't know if she writes. Does she write too?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, she does. I feel like she got her hand in a lot of different baskets. That's why I wouldn't necessarily be like. I feel like if we're talking about artists, like and if we're talking about like like kind of like I don't necessarily know if I would call her a GOAT.
Oh, you saying you don't know if you'll call Tiana?
I don't know if I would call her a GOAT. She's definitely great, but I don't know if I would call her a GOAT.
Tiana Taylor? You wouldn't call her a GOAT?
Okay, this is the thing, right? I also feel like the term GOAT is overused because GOAT is greatest of all time. You can't be a GOAT. Like you can't be a greatest of all time. Like, you're the greatest or you're great. She's great. She's not the greatest.
Tiana Taylor sings, raps, writes, produces, acts. Like she.
How much of that is R&B? Like 25%.
No. What do you mean?
What does acting have to do with R&B? What does dancing have to do with R&B?
I'm just saying.
What does writing other people's songs have to do with R&B?
Okay, so as it pertains to this conversation, yeah, would I necessarily put her up in the top 5? No, but I'm just saying.
Okay, there we go. I would put her in the top 15. She could be 7. I don't know if I would put her top 5. And if we're talking about top 10s, she could come up. I think she might maybe get washed out, but she definitely has a place in the conversation. I'm not negating that. And like, she's great in her own respect. Like Tiana Taylor does stuff that like, I'm not going to say necessarily we don't see, but like she's in a different bag. She does her own thing. Like,
yeah, it's hard because I feel like like Tiana Taylor is super dope. Like I'm a super fan, but I feel like we don't necessarily look at her all the time.
Yeah.
As that. And I don't know if it's because she don't like put out, as much, content or like, I think that may be it. Like a lot of her shit that she's known for don't got nothing to do with music.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like when you're in so many different places and wear so many different hats, like we can't just say she's the best, like one of the top R&B, because like I feel like a lot of what she does is outside of that. I'm not saying that it's not.
How y'all feel about her?
She makes me sleepy.
Honestly, I do love her, and like
I like her
albums. Her albums are.
She got an Allstate commercial or a Nationwide commercial. I was like, okay, girl.
All hits, no skips, but she makes me sleepy.
Yeah, I like her, and I liked her whole thing that she did like before she like did her face reveal. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that was dope.
That was dope. I think that she had. I listened to her more before she did her face reveal.
Never mind. I was about to take it too far. Keep going.
What?
Do y'all think her kind of looks like a pretty B Quarter a little bit?
Jordan did not just say B Quarter looks like her.
Yeah. Jordan, what are you talking about?
No, because now I'm sitting here looking at B Quarter like, hold on.
Now I look like her. Like, what?
They just brown skin Jordan. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like the nuance.
Y'all like her, then y'all gotta give Janelle Monáe some.
No, we don't.
I didn't listen to.
I'm like, I don't know about that one. Like that don't. Those two don't even coincide together.
Yeah.
Like that's two different things. Janelle Monáe and her.
No, I wouldn't even put Janelle Monáe in this conversation.
No, I wouldn't either. Nah, not.
She's like office party music.
Yeah, she's like. I don't even know. I don't even want to say. But belong in this conversation. But I mean, she's good at what she does, but it's not for this conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all said her make y'all sleepy. That's crazy.
I do like Janelle Monáe. I feel like we kind of just dismissed her and like we didn't honestly talk about like
what was the last Janelle Monáe song that you?
Yeah, what Janelle Monáe are you playing?
But like, okay, but again, I feel like she's one of those people. Like she also acts. She's very big into writing. Like she's more behind the scenes. But I feel like we can still acknowledge that like she is like a great. Okay, since that's the word we're using.
Great. I think that she's just a. I think that she's just. I think that she's great. I don't know if I would classify her as a great. Like, I just don't think, like, I think that she's talented, but, like, what is Janelle Monáe doing for R&B?
Yo, all right. I'm about to tell you what she's doing for R&B.
Oh, my gosh.
This is for Glittery Bubbles.
Because then I feel like when we start talking about people like that, then we have to talk about everybody. Like, where does Ella Mai fall? Really nowhere. Like, let's be for real.
Why do we have to talk about Ella Mai? Because we're talking about Janelle Monáe. Like,
because why are we talking about Janelle Monáe?
Oh, God.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
No, I think the problem with Ella Mai is I think Boo'd Up was like so big that the expectations for her was like through the roof, and I don't feel like she could meet those expectations. Like, but she good at what she do. You know what I'm saying? She'll give you a good little song here and there.
A good little song.
Yeah, good little song here and there, but she ain't in this top conversation. But I feel with Ella Mai.
I mean, I don't have anything to say about Ella Mai.
Nah, Ella Mai cool, but she ain't
Who you about to say? Go ahead. I want to hear this. Ella Mai cool, but she not who?
Okay, so where do y'all feel like Beyonce falls in this conversation?
The GOAT.
I'm not in the Beehive.
I'm not in the Beehive either, so I'm just curious as to where everything
falls. Y'all even know who Anne-Marie is?
Ella Mai falls behind. Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there.
Yeah, y'all.
I agree. Agreed.
Y'all know who Anne-Marie is?
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
Anne-Marie can't even really sing. Let's start there.
Hey, but she makes it.
I'm not gonna say she can't make a good song. So can Keisha Cole, but Keisha Cole can't really sing.
No, Keisha Cole can't sing. Not for real.
No, she can't sing for real.
So where y'all
I really don't think can sing.
Okay, who is like the new people then? Like Money Long and fall in that category.
Money Long is not new. I ain't gonna lie, she another one. She not.
I mean, new. I know she's not new, but I'm saying she's still Money Long is still a fairly new. Like this, where she at now is new.
This is also how I feel about Summer Walker, because Summer Walker came out the same time as Kehlani. Well, Summer Walker didn't start getting popular. Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Did not come out the same time.
Summer Walker did come out.
Summer Walker did not come out until Ari posted that snap of her. Ari put Summer Walker on.
No. Because Summer Walker was on Vine. Summer Walker was singing on Vine with D Breezy.
All your references.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was.
Ari put her on the scene. Glittery Bubbles back me up. It's like Glittery Bubbles probably not going to know this.
I was about to say,
either way.
No, hold on. Let me pull up my Summer Walker receipts. Because I had my Summer Walker receipts. That was my only thing about Summer Walker was she didn't start, like, Summer Walker has been talented. She's been around, but, like, she just didn't get popular until, I don't know what got her popular. But.
Summer Walker?
When did that clip?
I don't know, because when she was doing, like, the EPs and stuff, like, she wasn't that popular. I think it was until that first album down there. When she really like took off. But okay, Liv, what you Googling your facts?
Yeah, no, because I'm getting my Summer Walker receipts together. I'm just trying to get dates because like I don't think that people realized it was Summer Walker. That's what it is. I don't think that people realized that it was Summer Walker. Summer Walker was doing covers. She was on YouTube. Like I used to watch Summer Walker on YouTube when Kehlani was coming out. Like, let's be for real. But hold on.
But she still wasn't doing much. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. This is why I feel like Summer Walker. Like, I don't really feel like Summer Walker has a place in this conversation. I think Summer Walker is very talented. I think that she's very talented. I think Summer Walker can actually sing. I think that she has raw talent. does that make you one of the best R&B girls of this time? Because she has a good voice?
You to say that Summer Walker did not hold down R&B in the 20s.
What did she hold down?
In the 20s?
What did she hold down?
I would say this, like her album was like she went number 1. And
there's no album that she has dropped. There's no
body
of work that she has dropped that is not fire.
How many bodies of work does she have? 3?
Enough to have held
3,
down 4? This time period. For real, I feel like I was about to say something crazy that I don't even believe. Honestly, I was about to say we should have threw Queen Naija in there, and that was about to go too far.
Where is Brandy in this kind?
This is what I'm saying. Here we go. Like, where does Brandy fall? Next to Ray J. Like, that's where. That's where Brandy falls. She falls.
Brandy is a goat. Brandy is a goat for sure. I don't know where she fall in this conversation, but
that's why I don't like. When was the last time Brandy dropped a song? Glittery Bubbles.
A couple years ago, maybe. But Brandy is a goat. Brandy is her nickname is the Vocal Bible.
I'm not negating that. I just don't know if I would put her in the best R&B girls of today. That's just me. Maybe of the 90s or the early 10s. I mean, the early 2000s.
Yeah. Of today. Yeah, you're right. You have a valid, very valid point.
No, since we're talking about Brandy, Jack Harlow, not knowing
Jack Brandy. Harlow, what?
No, y'all didn't see that clip of Jack Harlow. They had the Brandy song, and it was like, name this artist, and he ain't know. Oh, she dropped last year. I wouldn't know that.
Yeah, Brandy is still dropping music.
I'm not listening to Brandy's new music. That's just me, though. Maybe I'm the outlier.
Yo.
Man.
Say hello.
Brandy's a vote. Here we go.
What's going on, man?
Oh, man.
He came in live from the White House.
Oh, man. He said reporting live from the state capitol building.
Well, we got these juveniles on here today. He called her, I'm sorry we set you up like this. You out here by yourself. Solo. So, man, what y'all talking about? I'm happy to be here.
Summer Walker. Oh, she said Glittery Bubble said the champ is here.
Finally, the champ is here.
Summer Walker.
Glittery Bubbles. I don't like that.
Right, Glittery Bubbles. You
supposed to be. I thought you were a girl's girl.
Right. I thought.
So we talking about Summer Walker. Is it a good conversation or what? Because right now, ain't she the one that got messed over by the dude? And she been talking about it for 2 albums? Is that the one?
Not for 2 albums.
Yeah.
That's literally every R&B artist ever.
But yeah, for purposes.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that I agree. I just don't know what I'm disagreeing with yet. We talking to Liv and Baltimore J. I mean, B Quarter, what have you said?
All right, I said that we talking about R&B of today, and I feel like she has a valid place in R&B today, whether we like it or not. Could be a different conversation, but I feel like she's held it down for R&B women. I mean, the women.
Summer Walker has held it down for R&B women, and she's in the top 5.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, I can. This is directionally accurate so far.
Yeah.
That's where we at in the discussion with it.
Yeah, so I think, who was it? You, Liv, said that she don't belong in this conversation?
This is right. I just am trying to figure out what she's done. Her reign has been not that long, 4 years maybe. Like, I think.
But we talking about us today.
Brian called them queens in the first place. Like, I think we should have a conversation about the conversation.
That's
like this started by my brother, who is not here to defend himself, saying SZA or Summer Walker were the queens of this generation. I mean, like, it's a person named Queen Naija. Like, her name is Queen. She ain't in this conversation at all.
Queen Naija does not have a place here.
What's the 24 hours? What is the hours and hours chick name? She had one song, but it was fire.
Money
Like,
You're not talking about one hit wonders.
She has way more than one song. I'll die on that hill.
You might die. Go ahead.
She has one hit. Maybe two, because she got hours and hours. She got 2 hits.
First of all, she had to change her name. So she has a whole catalog under a whole completely different EIN.
Okay, what are the hits under that name?
Hit us with that millennium history. Hit us with that.
But yeah.
So Money Love, is that her name? Money Love?
You got some
Money Long.
First of all, Money Long. Either way, that song was fire. I mean, I was singing it.
Yeah, that was like. I mean, I feel like that was like the first like slower kind of like R&B song that really went that far in a while. Like,
I'm just saying that we're gonna have a deep conversation about Summer Walker being the queen. I feel like we owe a whole lot of people their one-hit wonder moment. Like, if we're gonna say she's the queen.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that for sure.
Because that song with Big Sean and Queen Naija, I mean, I got a 12-year-old. She liked that song. Like, it go hard.
Isaiah was literally so loud, it was making my speakers cut out, and I had to put my headphones on.
I mean, just tell me turn my stuff down. You ain't got to be disrespectful on live.
I'm just saying. I don't want y'all to be like, dang, why she got them beats on?
No, it's crazy. The way this whole thing set up is like a private chat and a regular one. You could have hit me in that. You ain't got to be disrespectful. Shit.
So you have.
I feel like, okay, they in the background, like, what about Mariah Carey?
They in the background.
And I feel like if we start talking about Mariah Carey, then we have to start talking about Brandy and all of that. Like, and I feel like
Mariah Carey is not a bit. I mean, I understand the generation conversation. So put it like this: there's no way we're having this conversation. Let me know if I need to turn my stuff down. I can't actually.
No, you're fine. It's my
okay, but like the reason why we're having this conversation is because we ruled out people like Whitney Houston, like Aretha Franklin, like Beyonce. Yeah. Like we ruled them out. If not, we got a whole nother conversation to have.
Glittery Bubble said something that I'm like itching to speak on.
Tiana Taylor?
That's not true. No, she said SZA hasn't been on the scene long enough to be a queen to anything.
SZA is 33, ain't she?
SZA came out with TDE.
Ain't SZA like the oldest person in this other than Jasmine?
No,
I don't understand.
Well, I don't know if we're talking about Janae.
You might be on to something. Let me see.
Jasmine Sullivan is like 35 and SZA's like 33. She ain't no spring chicken.
I don't understand how everybody. I don't understand how you could say with the same mouth that Summer Walker isn't a goat or a queen.
Are you holding a knife?
I'm making a.
I'm gonna need you to stop.
I'm making a peanut butter jelly.
First of all, you could have did that before. Like I was late. You had time to do that. But go ahead.
Showing up is the most important part.
I'm a single mother.
Oh my God, I can't beat that argument. What am I supposed to say to that?
Right. Go ahead.
There's an artist for you. It's Summer Walker. Go ahead, give me on.
And that's my girl. That's what I got. So let's go. I'm ready.
No.
But back to so say what you were going to say, Liv. I'm hearing you.
No, I was just I don't even remember exactly what we were talking about. I remember I started talking about SZA not being on the scene long enough. But SZA is probably next to Janae is a little bit older than her. Janae's 34.
Okay.
They've both been on the scene for a really long time. Like
there is a Janae conversation to have. Yeah. I'm not saying she's gold, but she's up there. Like she's if you're gonna put SZA up there, I got a lot of people that I feel like deserve a couple minutes.
I feel like the difference between Janae and SZA is SZA has been relevant. Like I would feel like almost her entire time she's been out.
So what's the dude's name that hurt Summer Walker? What's his name? Just
talking about her.
That's what's giving her energy for R&B. Like you can act like it's not. Y'all only like that song because she talking about
getting. She had 2 albums before.
You don't like other people's hurt. Don't act like women don't be enjoying other women being hurt.
I have a question, right? What about
Go ahead.
Adele?
She was hurt too.
So that's what I was gonna say because I feel like Adele, like
hello,
Adele is up there.
It's me.
Adele is up there. And
I'm just wondering after these years you like to meet to go over. Like she was hurt.
But every time we talk about a good Adele song, we don't say we can only credit it to her hurt boyfriend. Like Like,
no, actually, her best song is because of her hurt boyfriend.
But what does that matter?
She was in California dreaming about trying the thing they used to be. Like, she was hurt.
Some of the best songs that we have in rap come from people talking about being abused as children or being neglected.
I don't know that song. Jay-Z ain't never say that.
Jay-Z ain't say that. Let's talk about some of the best songs in hip hop. It's talking. It has real pain. Like let's be for real. Like why does that take them out the
carry on? You gotta finish this argument, bro.
I'm just saying, how does that take them out of the conversation? Because their music carries.
You don't get to period that. You gotta give an example. Like
your mama.
Shit, you got that was good.
We just talked about how Jay-Z been talking about that same.
I don't think Tupac's that good. That's not the conversation. But carry on.
And you would be in the minority. So
you know, I am not in the minority. People scared because they think they go get shot or something. I'm serious. He's not.
You're in the minority. What are we talking about? Like you're just talking. Okay, so let's.
No. You just said. Okay, no. You said we're talking about pain and how it feeds R&B. That's what we're talking about.
I'm gonna take on a bigger conversation here and say pain feeds art in general. So I don't think that takes them out of the conversation. Because I asked a simple question that got us here, Liv. I said, "What's his name?" Y'all got all defensive. Why? You protecting this dude? What's his name? I just want to know his name. You didn't listen. B. Gordon.
What's his name?
About 3 times.
London on the track.
London on the track. Hurt Her Feelings. Got it. 2 albums.
Before London on the track, Hurt Her Feelings. London was making music for her, and
before London on the track, Hurt Her Feelings. I didn't know who she was.
I think that has a lot more to do with you than Summer Walker's music.
That's a
maybe so, but show me what the numbers look like before London got off the track.
No problem. Summer Walker's not my person. Who got Summer Walker?
I do, and I'm ready.
Mary J. Blige. I'm telling you, when Casey did his thing, she went through the roof. Drugs and abuse, and all of a sudden,
so you're still answer my question. So why does pain take them out of the conversation?
I'm not saying it takes them out of the question. I'm saying talent needs to put them at the top, not their pain, right? And my issue is that Jasmine has more talent. She's vocally more talented than we're not talking about Jasmine yet, but I feel like if your talent doesn't put you at the top, like Beyonce, let's take a moment. Let me finish. Beyonce is dope because one, she's an amazing talent. She dances better. Her choreography is better. She can sing at least a 7 or 8 better than most folks. Her production is better. The money behind her is better. Like she's overall a better total package. That's what puts her at the top. That puts her in the queen conversation. You put Summer Walker in the queen conversation, and I need to understand the talent part.
So I have 2 questions.
Adele can sing. She's at the top because she can sing. Put Keisha Cole up there, but don't put Summer Walker up there.
Summer Walker can sing. Are you negating that Summer Walker can actually sing raw?
Yes.
A cappella.
I am.
How? That's not true. I don't think that you did enough research for this conversation to have.
Guess what? She can't sing like that. Play a song.
Summer Walker. I don't have to play a song. You can literally look up a cappella of her literally just singing. Like
I mean, everybody can Google. I'm asking you to do it. Like,
but this was the point of the conversation.
You can't tell me she can sing, and nobody in the chat is saying I agree right now.
Because everybody in the chat is over 40.
Oh, so none of us listens. Look at this ageism. Hurry up.
I'm just saying.
Look at people can't hear. Go ahead.
No, let's talk about who they're talking about in the chat. It was our job as panelists to do our research.
I'm ready. I just brought some energy to this thing. I wanted to wake you up. When I came over here, your sister was making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Summer has a real stance here is because she has raw talent. Summer Walker can sing. Summer Walker turned that pain into platinum records.
I feel like London on the Track turned that pain into platinum records.
London on the Track was only a part of her for like 1 or 2
No, he produced on his last.
No, he was on the track. That's the whole thing.
Regardless,
which is kind of crazy.
Walker London on the Track isn't singing on the song. You couldn't give somebody else Summer Walker's lyrics. You couldn't give Queen Naija Summer Walker's lyrics and they be what they are. You
know what I know now? You like her. That's clear. Whether or not she's talented or not is the comment, but you like her.
I don't really listen to Summer Walker like that. I could maybe name like 4 or 5 Summer Walker songs, but I'm not going to negate her talent. Like
I'm good for a solid 1.
1?
I think, and I can't name it right off, but if you say it, I'll agree with you. I think.
You said name five. You said name five hits from
she's
Summer Walker.
talented.
Name 5 Summer Walker hits. I'll start. Liv, I need some help.
No, Jordan, you're Summer Walker's person. I'm going hard for Summer Walker right now, simply because I'm not gonna let nobody say she's not talented. Like
Yeah,
that's just
you.
I'm saying no. So one thing, I think anybody who has a platinum hit has a level of talent, but we called her the queen. That's different for me.
I think that you should preface this by saying I haven't listened to a lot of Summer Walker.
Oh, I have. I play them. I've been DJing. I play the songs. They just not. She's not a queen to me.
I listen to. I'm not talking about is she a queen or not. You said she's not talented. You said that you said that she came because she had painful music, but she's talented.
I do agree. I mean, I stand behind what I said. I said what I said.
Whether she's a queen or not, I'm not arguing. She's not my person, but she's talented, and you can't take that away from her. Like you can't take that away from her.
All right, let's assume this then for sake of this argument, Liv. Let's assume everybody we're talking about has a baseline level of talent that means they made it to radio and people listen to their music. So we're there.
Radio don't mean that.
But yeah, that's not.
We're only talking about these people because they have records out.
That's not a metric that I will feel comfortable using because making it to radio don't mean that you can sing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ice Spice is on the radio. Yo, it's a Brian.
I disagree with everything that was said. I was listening on YouTube.
I can tell by the way Brian got his hat on that today is about to be wild.
Isaiah ain't never listened to Summer Walker.
First of all, I actually like that one song. It's the Hurt one. The one where she I can't remember. If y'all say a name of a song, I'll know it.
What about the one with Drake? Girls Need Love.
So we got Girls Need Love. Okay. We got CPR. We got
Sing it.
That's not happening.
What is it? Like, see,
happening.
Hold on, I got some music right here. Let me find this Summer Walker.
Girls Need Love. Go ahead, hit that shit.
Yeah, now I gotta look.
Like
so,
Summer Walker got some.
She got some dances during my presentation. How about you?
Okay, now that Brian is here, we can officially.
Yeah, Brian, could you frame this conversation? Because I think what Liv and I are talking about right now is the frame and my disagreement with the frame alone. Queen.
So the first piece of it is the statement starts, who's the top R&B singer of this generation? So it was what defines this generation. I think we probably landed in a space that was like, I think the easiest way to describe it is over the past decade, like if you go back a decade, their career was not already cemented. So I think Jazmine Sullivan qualifies if you use that criteria. Like Hotels came out afterwards, and her last album, which like took her career to another level.
So tell me this, Brian, for that framing, when did Beyonce, not Destiny's Child, when did Beyonce's career get cemented? Which album was it?
The Blue.
When she was Crazy in Love.
Crazy in Love. What year was that?
Crazy in Love video. That was.
What year was that?
Like Beyonce.
Hold on, because Jazmine Sullivan, Fearless came out in 2008.
What's that?
Fearless came out in 2008.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I would. Okay, so
like what happened afterwards mattered.
Dangerously in Love.
I feel like Fearless
Beyonce's album came out in 2003.
Yeah, 03. See,
yeah.
03.
2008.
Yeah, she was done. It didn't matter what happened after that. If Jazmine Sullivan flopped, like she wasn't going to. If she didn't follow up Fearless with something, like she wasn't like, oh, this is who she is. Like we can put her in the R&B Hall of Fame. Like, nah, you had a good song. You had a decent album.
Yeah, peanut butter on your feet.
Yeah, I like Jazmine being in it for a lot of reasons. One, because I think these are more her contemporaries than any other group. Like, I don't think she fits in any other group. Well, she's not in the Brandy group. She's clearly not in the Mary J. Blige group. She's not in the Whitney, Toni Braxton group. Like, this is her group.
The closest, Keisha Cole. I think the Keisha Cole.
Why do we keep talking about Keisha Cole, bro?
Because she can sing, actually. I mean, contrary to everything Liv said earlier.
So you would think Keisha Cole is a better vocalist?
Yes, have you heard Love?
Better vocalist than Summer Walker.
Exactly. She cannot sing.
You would say that she
whatever y'all had it different, I need some of that.
No, I'm serious. You would say Summer Walker has a song better than Keisha Cole's Love.
Yes. I could go.
That she sings better.
Walker, Keisha Cole.
I do need to get a drink. You're right.
So, I wouldn't say that, but I would say Summer Walker is consistently a good vocalist. Keisha Cole had a like Everest peak moment and is
First of all, Corey, you don't even have to say that. I almost didn't want to put Jazmine Sullivan in this conversation to not disrespect her. Like she is easily queen of this conversation.
So then what's the criteria then we're deciding with?
Being better than everybody else.
Yeah, that's not enough, bro. All right.
She sings better than everybody else in this conversation, including Summer Walker, who
Monica, Brandy.
Jazmine Sullivan sings better than Monica. Don't do the Brandy thing because that's not fair, and you know what you setting up. Don't do that. I'm
talking to Glittery Bubbles. She said,
"Oh, okay."
A previous generation.
Monica is my age. Brandy. She don't count.
Yeah, no.
Monica's 40. Anybody 40 and over can't fit into this generation. You know, it's a different generation.
Jazmine Sullivan barely makes it, and I don't really think of her in this generation, but she doesn't have another generation to be in. It's worth having a conversation. I don't think when I think of SZA, Janae, her, Summer, I don't think of Jazmine Sullivan, but she's
you know why? Because Jazmine Sullivan can sing.
Because she's been out longer.
That's her. The differentiator. If we had to create a differentiator between Jazmine Sullivan and the others that we're talking about, she can.
The fact that you're trying to say that these other people can't sing is like
I'm saying they don't sing as well.
That's literally not true.
We all know how folks feel about Jazmine. Y'all can for those who have just first time watching us, we got some shows. If you check on the Beats and Beers plays, we did a whole vocal.
So let me say this. I got a question. So Liv, on a scale of 1 to 10, we've done this before, but somehow she wasn't in this conversation, but all of a sudden she can sing. Where do you put
Jazmine Sullivan was in this conversation?
Summer Walker wasn't.
Oh, Summer Walker wasn't
but now all of a sudden she's a 9 or 10. But go ahead. What is she?
I would give her like an 8, a solid 8. Vocally, a solid 8.
But you said vocally a solid 8. Okay.
Vocally, I'm just talking vocally.
Yeah, vocally, a solid 8.
So with that, for that reason, and obviously this is all of our own personal opinion, so I gotta respect that. For that reason, I can appreciate you thinking she's as good as Jazmine because you think she's an 8, and I think Jazmine's about an 8 or 9.
I'm not saying she's as good as Jazmine. I think that Jazmine is a refined artist. They're two different lanes.
No, cool. Point for Isaiah, Brian. Check that off. Give me 1.
He just wants to win. He wants to win.
So look, of the count, there is a point. Vocal ability. All right. So yes, vocal
ability is more than a point, by the way. No, that's what if she's giving her 8, I'm putting her up because vocal ability is what makes you a queen. The reason why Aretha is a queen is because of vocal ability. The reason why Mariah is up there, vocal ability. Whitney, vocal ability.
Diana Ross did not have vocal ability. Michael Jackson.
And I don't have her on my list as a queen.
Not the most amazing vocalist. Prince, like vocal ability is a part.
Liv, we're not doing that thing with the Hive. It's too late at night to be getting them riled up. You're doing the most.
It's just a part. Beyonce, y'all ranked Beyonce at 6, didn't y'all? Yeah, go back to the show. Don't do this. Vocal ability is a point, and that was you. I was pushing back on that. Again, check out the old show. So,
who said that? First of all, can we kick people out?
Doja Cat.
First of all, does she even sing? She's like Nicki Minaj meets 3L Dub. Like, what is?
But in the group chat, nobody wants to make Doja Cat as a rapper. I tried to say she's a rapper.
You said she was a melodic rapper, Brian.
Doja Cat at all.
You did say she was a melodic rapper.
You said she was a melodic rapper.
Okay.
Guess what that is? The Drake of women. No.
Not the Drake of women. I would not call Doja Cat the Drake.
Let's come up with our 5 categories. That's an arbitrary number.
Whoever said that should go to jail.
Vocal ability. Oh, she loves her some Tinashe. Whatever. Vocal ability. Album sales. I mean, I think that's easy. Album sales matter.
Hold on. I wouldn't naturally put that there, but I can agree with it.
Well, let's say albums, and we'll incorporate sales and also critical acclaim. Like if you get a Grammy for an album,
because album sales is just hard to measure anymore. Like it's just
we'll just say catalog. We'll measure who has the better catalog.
Who has the better catalog? Summer Walker, Jazmine. I can live with this.
Summer Walker has the better catalog.
What'd you say?
Summer Walker has the better catalog. Summer Walker has the best catalog out of everybody.
You said that with such confidence that I almost wanted to like understand it better.
All right, in the chat, better catalog. In the chat, Summer or Jasmine?
Oh, Ari Lennox.
In this category, Glittery.
Ari Lennox is in this category. Yeah,
Ari Lennox is for sure in this generation.
Yeah, she's definitely in this generation. And
so you would say Summer Walker's catalog is better. I don't think, and I don't know if I can say this word on Facebook Live, but Hostel is like
it's not better than Over. It's not better than Over.
The deluxe edition is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Bro, Over It is the best R&B album to come out in the past 6 years.
Dude, you are my dude, and I'm like feeling
something
about how you like.
Over It is the best R&B album to come out in the past
stuff, Brian. Like what? Over It is better than Hostel? Hostels?
Yeah.
Dog, Summer Walker doesn't agree with that, bro.
We go track for track. Bro, Over It, we go track for track with it. And then, yeah. I'm all for it.
Wait, I saw somebody say something about Ari Lennox.
Yeah.
She's in this group, but I think her best work is ahead of her, in my opinion. I think.
A couple people that we're not going to talk about, but it's dope. Yebba, she's coming up. Be on the lookout for Yebba.
I gotta see more from her though, but she's dope.
Jordan, don't even. Come
on, man.
I'm just saying, like, I can't understand how a person like this brother almost finished his PhD, like very smart, thoughtful. How do you say stuff like that, Brian? Like I've experienced you professionally. I've experienced you as a friend. How do you say stupid stuff like?
Hey, have you listened to Over It? Like, have you?
Yes, bro. I did it on purpose on my way from Kalamazoo today, just so I could be prepared for this conversation. It is not better,
bro. Over It is
Chloe and Halle are industry.
She's over being hurt by dude Lollipop on the track guy.
London on the track. You just sound aged, man. You making us over 35 folks, mid 40s folks sound bad.
I feel like this. If her hurt isn't propelling her to be better than Mary J. Blige and her hurt, how do we call her a queen?
Okay. Look, Mary J. Blige and her hurt was like
Mary J. Blige can't sing better than Summer Walker. I'll give you that. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah, her hurt, like she did her thing on that. But Over It is dope. Would you still over it? It was like
I'm over it. I'm over it.
Like,
Still Over It was better than Over It.
No, I'm over it, and I'm still over it. There's no way she can.
Jordan, what are you saying?
Hey,
I got Summer Walker. Like, that's my thing. Like, come on, let's go.
Can we not leave out the fact that SZA is sitting right at the top of the charts right now and has been for the last
this conversation
4
is off
weeks,
love,
and that has
for
never
SZA
even been done.
What you say? This conversation is off love. You said?
I said this conversation is off fluff for SZA to win.
Fluff.
So, let's be real. SZA, I like Broken Clocks. Like, I don't feel like her.
Fire.
Broken Clocks is fire, but it's like she doesn't go to number one. Tim's is solid. We haven't even got into that kind of. We didn't think about the international bag when we first started the conversation. I got into it when I started listening to some music on the way. But I say I like Broken Clocks. I like SZA. I actually like SZA more than I like Summer Walker. I don't think SZA's a queen. I struggle with queen, man. Like. I told you.
What do you want to call them? Like
all them duchesses or like the princesses of this generation, or even
you don't change the title because the
generation can't be queens.
Wanted to do just because the generation ain't doing what you wanted to do. You don't change.
He's going to be the philanthropist.
The issue is, and I'm glad this is where I'm glad Liv and Jordan are on, right? Because I think there is a question about who these singers are singing to. And if they're appealing to them and their lived experiences and what they care to hear about and what they care to like fantasize about. Like that's what music, it takes us to a place. And so if it's taking you to that place, I can't argue with it. But the shit, but it kind of a lot of the stuff they're talking about doesn't give enough of a narrative for a dude who's listening to it to jump in and be in love. But except for Brian, clearly.
But if Shay was like, listen,
if
y'all was, you wouldn't vibe out with it with Shay. Just
the reason why I know Summer Walker and SZA and all of these songs is because Shay, when she's not listening to Afrobeats, that's her thing. Like Afrobeats is her bag, and if not, she can listen to some of this, and I get to hear it.
Okay,
right?
So why can't you say Summer Walker? Like, you're definitely not her demographic, right? You, Brian, and B Quarter are not her demographic.
Listen, the hurt that Summer Walker sings about.
I think that this is a uniquely Isaiah thing, and this whole like her hurt needs to make her like that's so weird because all of music comes from pain.
Her hurt has to be better than other hurt because they all hurt.
They all hurt. So what's your argument? Hurt should be.
My argument is her hurt is propelling her to number one, and you saying it is.
How is though? If you can't her hurt not propelling her to number one?
All right.
He was literally stripping.
I think her is more talented than Summer Walker.
So here's the third piece that y'all getting in. How much does their music evoke emotion? Like how much does that tap into emotion, connect? Her is the bottom of the bottomest, least emotional music I've ever listened to.
But her talent is up there though.
Yes, but her makes music like she was grown up in
her
a
music
bubble.
is emotionless.
Can you play a guitar and sing on key? No. And wear full shades? No.
I feel things when I listen to her music, bro.
I feel sleepy when I listen to her music.
Right, I feel sleepy, but I also feel something in my heart too.
Talk about it.
All right, hold up, because I could go.
I feel like her music is very reflective.
Her has a whole album that got me through a heartbreak, bro. And I'm about to pull it up right now.
She only got
like I said, I think that her music.
Play it because I'm already sleepy.
I think that her music could make you like think about a breakup, or you could relate to her music. I think that her music is relatable, but as far as like evoking emotion, like I mean, I've cried to a Summer Walker song. I'm not gonna lie, her not so much.
You cried on a Summer Walker song?
Cried to Summer Walker?
Yeah.
Sheesh. I ain't cried on nothing. Except for Ain't No Love. Ain't No Love kind of got me.
Bro, her music does not evoke emotion. The way, again, going to Jasmine Sullivan's first single, bro, when she was like, I was like, how old is she? Like, what life has she been living to go through this? Like, that was on some Mary J type
focus
stuff.
Don't make you feel some type of way. Can you focus?
You know what? I'm gonna give you that, Jay. I'm gonna give you that, Jordan.
Focus
is a solid top 20 R&B song of the generation. Focus is solid.
And then she got this song called Changes. Her whole first.
What about the record she got with Daniel Caesar?
Her whole first album.
Yeah.
Is pure
emotion. Daniel Caesar is also fire.
We didn't know what she.
Jordan about to jump through the screen and be in our room.
Because I need y'all to understand, SZA doesn't invoke emotion.
I feel like she's got some solid songs.
I feel like it's like brown noise.
I feel like she's got 3 very solid songs.
She's got some solid songs, but again, like the emotion for me is just not like that song with Daniel Caesar is dope because they're amazing vocalists. Like their two voices together.
Talent trumps all, bro.
It doesn't trump all because if the song is boring, then it's like, all right, the rest of that first album of of her, I was like, skip.
Hey, B Quarter, pull that on. Who are we talking about here? I think it's Brian. I want to make sure I'm good.
It's definitely Brian.
He like hood chick drama music.
That's why it's called up Queens too. Like,
ain't nothing wrong with some hood chick drama music though. You know,
Mike Reimer. I don't know who Mike Reimer is, but Alex, appreciate you helping me with Brian right now.
Let's not act like that's not what Mary J. Blige is. Like that was Mary J.'s whole swag. So it's cool.
First of all, KC made Mary J. Blige. And it's amazing. It's amazing work. She's the queen. It wasn't Diddy. It was KC.
Hood chick drama music. But that being said, so evoking emotion, vocal talent, album catalog. And I know it's for me, bro. I need nothing. We was locked in.
I wanted to be clear that it was you. I needed everybody to know that.
I heard you. So I put in something like cultural impact, and people's like, what's that? I'm like, so part of it is again with her. I feel like her intentionally does not want to be overexposed. She's like, I don't want to be the biggest. Like, I don't want to be the headline on the stuff and the person that's gonna be in the 3 movies and the Beyonce in the Austin Powers thing or Diana Ross being in the Wiz. Like, I'm not trying to be all out there like that. I don't need that spot. So as a result, like she's going to not. It's going to be difficult for her.
Do you feel like she's made that decision, or she's just not Beyonce, and so she's saying that she made that decision? I don't know any artist is like, I don't want to be like Beyonce. They all chasing Beyonce.
Bro, no. Her first part, B Quarter, you could probably talk to her more or whatever. But like when she came out, fam, she didn't want nobody to know her name. She wouldn't be like she was.
Yeah, she was just like a shadow.
Yeah, she literally did a face reveal.
Yeah, like she was not trying to like
because of that. She literally was like, I don't want people to like be like, she ain't this, she ain't that. So like, I'm gonna just be back and make my music. That's all I want to do.
I can respect that. I don't know it well enough to even comment on it. I respect it.
But here you are commenting.
It's not a knock, but it's the reality. Like if you're gonna
all right. All right.
She honestly said like I don't really
you came full of energy tonight. I hear you.
I'm really only here like I'm really like I wanted to talk about Kehlani because I feel like don't really give her props. But
I'm gonna go on mute
appropriately.
I'm ready to just drop Kehlani and be Team SZA because like I don't see how y'all don't see that SZA got the whole like SZA has the game right now. Like
facts.
SZA has the whole game right now.
You doing it wrong. Go back to this Kehlani though. Like
I mean, well, I just feel like Kehlani had a long run and I feel like she gave the platform for a lot of the girls that we're talking about right now. Not necessarily like Jazmine Sullivan, but what these girls do now, like
for
Summer
sure,
Walker.
Jazmine Sullivan, carry on.
But thank you.
Because Jazmine Sullivan was in the previous generation.
Yeah.
We let her slide. Go ahead.
That's because Jazmine Sullivan didn't put her on a track. The only one of all of them that Jazmine Sullivan didn't put on a track to make it sound better, actually prove that she sings better, was Kehlani, I think. Everybody else she put on the track. Ari, she put on the track. Like she put them all on the track and out sang them.
Jazmine Sullivan are in different lanes. I don't even see them making a song together. Like I feel like that.
Why?
I don't feel like that would make a lot of sense.
I mean, it would because she probably got to find Kehlani. Where's she at? Like who? Like they're not in the same place for sure.
Well, outside of that, I think that I want to use Janae and Kehlani in the same conversation because without them, there would be no Summer Walker.
So give me Kehlani's.
You said without Kehlani, there would be no Summer Walker.
Like they,
hey, don't say anything. B Quarter, just wait. She's gonna make sense of this.
Make music like that, in my opinion. Like I'm trying to think of when. Let me look up exactly when Kehlani started dropping music.
Yeah, because
I remember when she started getting popular. I remember, but she came. Kehlani and Janae came long before Summer Walker and her and all of that.
Like I said, we can put Janae above Kehlani all day.
Yeah. I agree with that.
See who started? I think Janae started dropping music first.
Liv, what's the 3 can't miss Kehlani songs? Like
you said, what's the 3 what?
Can't miss Kehlani songs that like, yo, you need this to really.
Yeah, because I need to go listen to them.
Okay, so and this is another one of my things, which is why I feel like Kehlani might not be a strong artist for this conversation.
I'm not gonna answer
most of her best songs, she has a feature artist on.
I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna.
So okay, so like I think of songs like "The Way" with her and Chance the Rapper. That song wouldn't have been. You don't.
It's not in my head from you saying it.
And this also again might be, and I'm not trying to be that guy, but a little bit of a generational thing.
Is Kehlani the youngest person we're talking about today?
Mm-mm.
So
no, Kehlani's in her 30s.
Kehlani's not better than Janae Aiko on that was Change Your Life song. She's better than her on Change Your Life.
I'll make that argument. I don't think Kehlani is better than Janae Aiko. I'll switch. I mean, if I would have had like more background conversation, I probably would have switched Kehlani for Janae because I think Janae has a better leg to stand on in this.
Hey, how about this? What's that song? Is it like BS that got her and Janae? And I think that shows Janae's singing ability.
Oh,
she
sounds
good.
Janae can sing. Janae is fire. I like Janae.
Even the song that I can't say on the air, it's like Blank Fairy. I listened to that song.
And Janae's been out for a long time.
It's fire.
I listened to that song. If everybody know, Blank Fairy, it's a good song.
Yeah, I would say Janae kind of paved the way for like that mood, like that moody, like R&B female type thing. Like,
bro, and guess what? I'm gonna say this, B Quarter. Guess when she popped off? When Big Sean hurt her feelings. I'm just saying, I'm just saying. Come on, like,
and that 2088 album is fire.
Bro, when Big Sean hurt her feelings, she went in.
Yeah. Sailing Souls came out in 2011.
She had her voice.
Songs with Miguel. Like,
yeah, she had her sound.
She had her voice. I'm not saying she didn't have a voice. I'm saying she went in when she was hurt, and we all were like, "Tell us more."
That might have been what hit you to her, but that's not
How many times did he say he made her come in that one song? Whatever that is, that's when we was like, "Oh shoot!"
How do y'all feel about
Tink? Tink is all right. Tink is all right.
I feel like Tink is definitely worth an honorable mention.
So what I'll say about Janae, if y'all like Janae or whatever, who I think is coming along, does not have the vocals, but definitely makes the songs, Mariah the Scientist. Check out Mariah the Scientist.
I was just gonna say she cannot sing.
No. You know what? I wasn't gonna say her name because I don't know who that is, Brian.
I love her.
That's why I'm putting y'all on. I'm telling y'all. This is for people who like, oh, I like Janae, and what came for that?
Like this
girlfriend. Oh, airy song. Check out Mariah the Scientist.
Yeah. And you know Lizzo can play the flute. Man, don't nobody care.
Mariah the Scientist is good.
Yeah.
I said,
like what? What are you even saying?
Brian, bro. Never mind. I'm gonna tell you off air.
So the four things: we got vocals, we got catalog, we got evoking emotions, and we got impact or cultural relevance or something. I don't know, something in the concept of like how big your stardom is getting, something like that.
Bro, I'm not even talking about skinny Jasmine. I'm talking about big Jasmine was better than all of them. Like, it's different Jasmine Sullivans that are better than all of these people. What?
Big Jasmine is not this conversation. She's 2008.
Why is she not? Big Jasmine was alive. She hit it.
The Big Jasmine.
That was 2008. That was Fearless. That was Bust Your Windows. Like, that's
Bust Your Windows Out Your Car. Lions, Tigers, and Bears. You know it.
2008. It's 2023.
That was 15.
So just because Summer Walker had a late start doesn't mean that we rule out good songs.
Late start.
One is 33, Liv.
That's SZA.
That's why she's talking. That's why we're talking about a different conversation.
It's SZA. You're right. Yeah. Either way, SZA had a late start. We don't get to count.
What argument you making?
My argument is Jasmine Sullivan's a better talent overall, and that's why she's the queen.
She's had more time in the game.
No, she's better.
She's had more time here.
Okay.
Give any of these girls 15 years and let's see what
the queens typically have more time in the game as well.
Nobody here has 15 years in the game.
You know why? Because they wouldn't last that long. Some of them ain't go in 15 years. About some of them.
I take that. Summer Walker might take herself out, like them celebrities who go crazy.
We do not hate Beyonce here.
First of all, we already ruled her the queen, which is why we were trying to find another name for everybody else.
You're trying to find another name.
There's no we. That is only you who wants to find another name.
Argue Beyonce? Because I can do that.
You want to find another name for Queen because
I want to find another name because I think Queen is taken in every generation.
It's not taken in this generation.
Mary J. Blige took it, then Beyonce took it, and Beyonce still got it after her album last year. She ain't handed over to nobody.
Not for this era, for the 20s.
She's better than them in their era as an older person. How about that?
Fam, like generationally,
King of the Beehive.
You arguing hypotheticals.
I feel like Beyonce get both generations then, because he's killing. It's like LeBron James killing it in every generation. He's still killing it. You got to wipe him out.
And they're gonna stop voting him MVP. He's not gonna be Rookie of the Year. He's not gonna be in the.
But you can't stop voting him MVP till they stop voting him MVP. She just had the best album of the year last year.
I disagree.
You think Summer Walker's is better? I'm about to turn this off.
SZA's album.
SZA's is better.
You think SZA's album is better than Beyonce? I'm about to. Man, I can't do this.
Without question.
Yeah, fact.
Without question.
I'm arguing with stupid people.
Watch when the awards come up. When the awards come up,
so smart and so dumb. Like, what is this?
Bro,
why are you so upset?
I'm just saying. You think SZA's album is better than Renaissance?
100%.
Yes.
What are we doing?
Yes.
Y'all are some. Y'all are
music.
I knew I shouldn't have wasted my time. I could have been putting my kids to sleep.
You on a wave, bro. You're on a wave right now. For you.
No, I'm struggling.
Renaissance is worse than any album.
Renaissance is probably Beyonce's worst
album we're gonna talk about tonight. And I'll die on that hill.
Renaissance is not.
First of all, you might. I can't. Listen, man. Pause 1 second. Brian, tell me you're being serious.
I'm 100% serious. You already know, but you already know I don't even like Renaissance like that. So
Renaissance is Beyonce's worst album. Like, Beyonce has all of her accolades. She's Beyonce. Cool, whatever.
Beyonce haters into the chat. Yeah, Renaissance. Here's the challenge. We've been DJing for like the past year. Renaissance does something different in the club with late 30s and early 40s Black women that makes you think the music is more enjoyable and like just because I sing along to Gorilla Zoe didn't mean that song was great, right? Like just because
it does. That's why you sang along, Brian.
Gorillas, the Hood Niggas is not a great song. It's not a great song. Not better than Song Cry, which I'm not.
You dance to not great songs. Now I'm different. I dance to songs I like.
But look, Nas The Message is better than Gorilla Zoe Hood Niggas. But you put one on in the club and one goes off, and the other one doesn't. That doesn't make it better.
We're not talking about music I like when I'm on the toilet. That's not this conversation. Like,
bro, the conversation is music is better. Nas The Message is better.
I don't know, but one of them had to do a better job at getting the message across. If you start
the message didn't get across
to the other. So
listen,
that made you start dancing to one and not the other.
So wait, so you arguing me that Gorilla Zoe Hood Niggas is better than Nas The Message?
No, I'm arguing Church Girl is better than a lot of songs on
Renaissance.
I gotta listen to this album again. Clearly,
Renaissance and SOS are two different things. Like that's what we're trying to compare.
Ain't nobody say nothing like that. Ain't nobody say nothing, bro.
I own it. Don't put that on the girls. I own that. Ain't nothing wrong with late 30s, early 40s Black.
That's just what y'all like.
What I will say is Jazmine Sullivan. Let's go full circle because this Beyonce thing I can't agree with y'all on. So Jazmine Sullivan, her last album, Hostel, the tales and stories that she told about being a woman and her experience being a single woman and the struggles of it. Nobody listened to that album and was like, man, I can see how women would not only relate and rally around this album more than they would SZA's album.
Did you listen to SZA's album? And with the vulnerability,
I need to listen again because clearly it's a classic. I missed it.
And the vulnerability she put out there, like it's the same thing you were saying with Hotel.
You can't even say stuff like vulnerability. It's a big word, Brian. She wasn't using vulnerability in this album.
Okay.
I gotta chill.
The second song is like, yo, like I shouldn't do this. I talked to my therapist. I really don't care about like my physical well-being because my heart is broken in this specific way, and I'm about to see this stuff through.
Did she write that? She wrote it? So somebody wrote that for her and she sang it well, and you trying to make it her experience.
No, SZA actually writes though too.
Not just about writing credits. I'll pull up the writing credits and see if she's listening.
Are you going to sit here and say Beyonce writes every word that comes out of her mouth?
No, Beyonce don't write.
Literally, let's look at any of these people's writing credits. Like, let's be for real right
now.
I
would guess her probably
people don't write none of it.
I would guess her probably writes the most, but that's just guessing. I don't know.
Yeah, SZA writes a lot of her records for sure. Beyonce not writing too much at all, but Beyonce is also a genius. Like Beyonce, like is hands on with every part of a record for sure. Like she's like producing and all that type of stuff too.
All right, so we've talked about a couple of folks. Kalani, it was nice to see you. Y'all keep it moving. You could be in the corner with Tink. Janae gets her props. Think she held it down. She is very important for this generation. I think she holds a specific status in like ushering this in. Probably not going to get the top spot. Ari Lennox. Think Ari is really dope. I don't think she has that seminal piece like that.
Man, Ari is
Pressure is the seminal piece right now. Not the seminal album, but that song is Pressure is a solid.
Yeah,
Pressure's solid.
It's just like Ari just don't got that for me anyway. It's like that it factor that just like hooked me in. Like
I think her best is yet to
I heard her do an interview on, I think it was, maybe she was Charlamagne, and she was vulnerable about like dating apps and like she was just. I heard her and I was like, man, you know what? She's a real person. And then she's saying, I was like, you know what? I can rock with that. Something about hearing her talk about her story and then hearing her sing made me feel like I had a level of respect for her talent. No. And she can sing.
She's pretty dope. I like her. I don't think she's gonna get the top spot. So it sounds like 4 people are still Jasmine, Summer, SZA, and her. Of those,
well, y'all already counted her out.
No, I counted her out, and I was immediately shouted down. So I would love to count her out, though. I think so. Of those, somebody is clearly gonna not be like.
Out of
those 4.
So give me the 4 again. Summer Walker, SZA, Jasmine, and who?
Her.
Wait, what happened? We shout out Kehlani. Yeah, get her out of here.
She got an honorable mention though.
Yeah,
she got an honorable mention. Liv did that well. He brought Kehlani out.
Yeah, Queen Naija. It's cool.
And we also kicked out Janae, who also got a good honorable mention.
Yeah.
Now, Adele for some reason got smacked around, but
can we consider Adele R&B?
If she wasn't R&B, the only other field I feel like, what would she be like? Like pop? I wouldn't put her there. I wouldn't put her there.
Monáe. See, Jay, you be saying, Janelle Monáe, Tightrope.
Not of this generation.
We talking about Tightrope?
Janelle Monáe is talented.
She is. She can dance.
So random story. When I was at Morehouse, Janelle Monáe was like singing with these group of dudes that was there and going from like dorm to dorm and like at talent shows and all that. And then Big Boy just signed her and she blew up. But she was the chick in a talent show. She was really good.
Story when she came to Flint and she was dancing during the water crisis. She was solid, but we were so happy when somebody else got on stage.
So Janelle is talented, super talented. I don't even know what generation she's in. So
I know where she'll never come again.
She ain't gonna see this.
I'm sending it to her.
That's what I thought. You know what?
Shout out to Janelle Monáe.
Janelle Monáe real quick.
Shout out to Janelle Monáe, super talented. You never know, this thing might blow up.
First of all, it's gonna balance because I said bad stuff and Brian said great stuff, so it's good. That's what always happens when we say bad stuff, right, Brian? We sharing stuff.
He's trying to cover.
Adele is a tough one because here's the thing: if Adele is in the conversation, then it's Adele. Right? Like it's not even like it's nothing really to talk about. If she's this generation.
And who is Adele dating right now? It is very possible he might hurt her.
Not Maverick.
Yeah, it's one of them.
Rich.
Yeah. Now, if he does, it's gonna be public, and the next album is gonna be fire.
Rich Paul.
Ain't that right, Liv?
Wait, who is she dating?
Rich Paul.
Rich Paul.
Famous sports agent.
I'm gonna Google who that is.
Famous sports agent. He came out of LeBron's camp. Owns Clutch Sports. But so what's the verdict on Adele? I would vote Adele out.
You've been hurt. You can't be in the categories.
The reason I'm voting Adele out is selfishly, it would make this uninteresting and we would be done. So
that's fair.
No, not Adele. Yeah.
But that's not to say she's not talented. And if you want to call her R&B, and if you want to call her this generation, she got all those 3 things, but it's not really an interesting.
Hello is like song up one of the man.
Yeah, she's there doing things. So of the 4, each person got to vote somebody out. Her, SZA, Summer, Jasmine. Thinking about the criteria we stated: vocal talent, catalog, evoking emotions, and cultural relevance.
I'm going her.
I'm going her.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, it's her, man. I'm gonna go her and don't even want to go her. I don't even know where to go.
We're voting people off right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and say it, Isaiah. Go ahead.
I'm gonna vote Jasmine.
Like I know what you're gonna
say. I'm gonna vote Jasmine.
We all know what he's gonna say.
You gonna vote Jasmine?
I'm vote Jasmine.
I'm gonna let Brian have the floor to defend that by saying.
Yeah, I'm about to say, why would you just vote out Jasmine?
All of them, I'm gonna roll out her because her album puts me to sleep. Although she's really talented.
I was being silly because I knew her was already going out. Y'all know I'm not here for her. So yeah, the lack of emotion. The answer was her. I figured you was gonna be controversial and go like Summer or something. So I was just, but yeah, it's her. Okay.
I think her is out in this round, and now we're having a real conversation, which really tees up my person.
But before we do this though, let's still acknowledge that her is really talented. Most of the people in the chat on Facebook in this conversation was like, her is my number one because she's got the most skill. Like she plays instruments. Somebody said like she's this generation's Prince. There's still a little more needed in that space. Like
Prince. Oh my God.
Somebody said that in the chat. But no, I didn't say that.
Not me.
That is not me. But so I just want to acknowledge when we voting her out, like, hey, it's some people that's gonna feel some way, but you know, it is what I feel. Yes, her is fourth. All right, we got 3. I think the vocal conversation is pretty clear that we have done this in previous shows that we think Jasmine has the strongest vocals. So
you agree, Liv?
I just feel like she does. I just feel like she doesn't fit here. So
Jasmine has the strongest vocals, and I'm kind of with Liv a little bit on. I mean, she kind of don't fit here a little bit.
Okay. Because she's so much better that it's hard to make her fit with them. That's what you're struggling with.
Because what Jasmine does is like it's so dependent upon like vocally. Like she's like a singer.
Yeah.
But that's what makes you the queen though.
Yeah, so it's like a SZA, Summer Walker. It's more they can, you know, well, Summer more than SZA can sing, but it's more of a vibe than it is like you just tuned in because it's just.
So if you don't, so
I would go outside of this generation and maybe say.
So if you don't sing and it's all about a vibe that's created by your producers and your writers, what are we talking about calling them queen?
We don't just listen to the instrumentals.
What are you talking about?
We're not just listening to the instrumentals. Voice creation.
I don't understand what we're talking about though. If we're saying she's the premier singer in this group, and it's about a vibe that everything outside of singing creates is the reason why she's not.
Factor is not the only factor. Like that's not the only thing
that's the thing they bring though is their voice.
That's not the only thing that makes a great song.
I know. So let's not talk about
production teams. We're not talking about. We didn't say who's the best vocalist of our generation. That's not the conversation here. We said who's the best artist, who is the best R&B artist of our generation. We're not talking about the best vocalist. And the only reason why I'm going to say reason why I'm going to say why Jazmine Sullivan doesn't have a place here is because I feel like her run has been sporadic. She had her big run in 2008 to like maybe 2010, 2012. Kind of chilled out for a little bit and then got back up. And then she kind of, you know, I feel like the people that we're talking about now have had like 5-6 year consistent runs.
Even I would say this, even the best queens of all time had like 2-3 year runs and then went on vacation for 5 or 6 years.
We're not talking about them. What I'm saying is I feel like Jazmine Sullivan is in like her, I don't want to say rebrand, but like she's in like her, almost like her comeback era. And I feel like that's not fair to put her the best of this generation when she's in a comeback. She
started singing younger.
This is her second decade that she's now re-emerging.
And that should be celebrated.
Decade. It is. It can be celebrated. We can have a whole Jazmine Sullivan episode, but that's not this episode.
You know what?
Granted, my opinion is not the end all be all.
I'll tell you why I struggle most with this, right? I feel like young people in general are penalized when they have success early because they don't fit with their parents' generation. They don't fit with the generation before. And I'm not trying to bring professional into it, but people don't know where to place successful folks that are in between 30 and 40. They don't know where to put. It's like, what generation are you with?
Like,
are you with?
That's a wonderful problem to have. That's a wonderful problem to have. Like you're great in respect. Why?
I don't get to be.
I feel like that's a first problem. Like
a person doesn't get to be critiqued alongside their graduating class because they peaked earlier than the rest of them. That's not fair.
I mean, why not though? Like, I feel like if you like
them,
like
that's my peer group.
If you had straight A's for your freshman and sophomore year, if you had straight A's for freshman and sophomore year, right? And then you were a B student, and then by your senior year, you averaged out for an A-. But the person who started off kind of low and then got better, they might get what's the valedictorian? They might get valedictorian.
I understand.
And you know why? Yeah, because you're comparing them all at the same time period in the same starting. You just made my point.
No, I didn't. What I'm saying is her run was sporadic, and I'm not going to put her the great right now because she's in a comeback era. This is her second decade.
Zeke, to your point, if you want to compare the same time period, then you got to lose Fearless. So Fearless is her 8th grade year when she was balling out and was the number 1 8th grader in the country. Like,
so I gotta lose that because I was balling out before the rest of them.
Do you get drafted from 8th grade?
You said according to her, you're going to compare the same years. If you're comparing these high school years, you can't bring in 8th grade. If you're doing that,
I can compare it because they were around the same age, and quite frankly, she didn't come out with a song. That ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. She was enjoying 8th grade while I was making albums.
This conversation, I will say it's fine. We can include Jasmine. This conversation isn't about like 08 music, like music from 05 and 08. But if we're including Jasmine, I don't think it's a fair conversation with her.
Okay, let's not talk about lions and tigers and bears.
I was about to say this exact opposite. I don't think it's fair. You can't talk about Jasmine and take that part out. For me personally, like because when we get into her catalog, if we take that out, I'm like, oh, her catalog's a lot weaker now. And like, is it? Like, I guess now we're talking to.
And I would say, looking at her last album and the singing she did on it, she sang for me better than them. And I feel like the talent she brings to the table is a better talent, not production, not her. Like the talent she brings to the table is a better talent. If I had to sign talent, I'm signing Jazmine Sullivan.
So I sign an artist to make songs that people want to hear. And so if I had to sign an artist. Like, man, this is the sound that I want to put out.
You might have to sign a 10-year contract to make your money back.
It's probably SZA.
Let's be for real.
Let's be sign a person to make money and a person people are listening to. I'm signing Lizzo. Put her in this. Right? That's who I'm signing. If I got to make money, it's about talent other than
Lizzo doesn't make R&B music.
So look, of these 3, I'm signing SZA. My favorite is Summer though, and I'm voting for Summer.
She does.
Nah.
So are we voting who we want to keep or who we want to drop?
We haven't even got to voting yet. We're just
if y'all go kick Jasmine out, it can't be via vote. We gotta make a decision that she's out. She's not getting voted off of the island.
That's not where we're at. They just went to that conversation. So we did vocal ability, catalog. So vocal ability, Jasmine won. Boom, check.
No, just say she doesn't fit and let her go. We not voting her off.
We already said that. We said that so many times, and you're like, no. She fit. Like
I mean, if we vote, here's the thing: we should have voted her off before her then, instead of like.
I was gonna make this argument, so you wasn't voting like this. I looked at this. We was making this argument today.
What? So
all right.
She's in the conversation still. Vocal ability. In the order of the 3 we have remaining, I think it's Jasmine, Summer, and then SZA.
All right, we voting now or no?
Or no?
I mean, we giving our comments on vote. I think the vocal conversation is pretty simple. I want to get to the other categories though. Assuming nobody has beef with SZA in the 3rd spot for vocal ability. No pushback?
No.
Right.
No pushback.
Catalog. Who has the strongest catalog?
Summer.
Summer gets my number 1 spot for strongest catalog.
Jasmine.
SZA's album came out 6 weeks ago. Let it
SZA doesn't just have one album.
Yeah, SZA does have more. Well, SZA only has one other album.
Here's the thing: without that album,
and she has an EP.
Without that, my thing about SZA is without that album, there's no way you're saying she's in the top spot. Without what she just put out.
2 weeks ago,
she got a dope song with Doja Cat.
In my top spot though, so
I can't say because at Thanksgiving, at Thanksgiving,
I'm just saying, Kiss Me More is kind of dope, right? No.
I'm talking about if we're talking about if I'm going between SZA, Jazmine Sullivan, and Summer Walker, I'm going SZA.
Really? Other than Broken Clocks,
I don't listen to a lot of Summer Walker.
Stars with Kendrick, she ain't got no songs, bro.
SZA has songs.
She's running songs.
SZA does have songs.
She only had one album up until a couple weeks ago.
Isaiah has completely aged out of this entire conversation.
She got good days. She got songs. She got a lot of songs. Good Days was, we talked about this last year. Good Days was up for a Grammy. It was one of the best songs to come out like in a long time. Good Days is really good. That being said,
I feel like Normal Girl is okay.
All right, well, my vote is Summer Walker, so
yeah, I would say Summer Walker has the strongest catalog to me. B. Carter, what you think? Who has the strongest catalog?
Jasmine Sullivan.
It ain't Jasmine. I would say, honestly, strongest catalog, probably most consistent is probably Summer. It's probably Summer, but
can somebody say out loud Summer Walker's albums?
Still Over It.
Over it and Still Over It.
Over It and Still Over It. And then the EP, was it Last Days of Summer?
Yeah, she got the Last Days of Summer, and then she has another one too.
Clear? I think it's called Clear.
Clear. Yeah.
So you would say they're better than Fearless if you're counting it, and Reality Show.
Over It is. Well, I already said this.
And Hotels.
I think Over It is the best album of the three people we're talking about.
You thought that was better than Beyonce's. I can't argue with. Nobody can beat that. That's better than.
No, I said SOS was better than Beyonce's, and Over It is better than SOS.
Jay.
I think SOS though was doper to me because it was just different. It was different. She hit more like pockets. Like it went outside of R&B a little bit.
If we had more time with I could grow into that. You know how like music gets to grow on you and stuff. Like it came out really strong. You remember, and Liv and Jordan, y'all won't remember this, but you remember in 2003 what we felt about Get Rich or Die Trying? It was like, this is the best rap album to ever come out ever. Like the moment it came out. Now, like we've settled down. It's still great though. Like it ain't, but we kind of calm back.
Yeah, it's a great album.
Yeah, but there are people at the time like, yo, 50 Cent's top 5 rapper of all time. Like, so I like to let albums calm down a little bit. I think SOS can pass Over It. It still has the ability to, in my eyes. But right now, Over It has enough time with it, and yeah. So, yeah, man. No, Z, listen to CPR, Wasted.
Man,
Love Language, Blind. Love Language and
Wasted.
Blind. Isaiah,
bro, Wasted, bro. Just the
you're like Wasted a lot.
Hearing the lyrics,
maybe I'm old, but I'm just gonna have to say this. They're better. This is because I had to do this research to prepare, right? And these are songs I listen to. They're better than Need You Bad, Bust the Windows Out Your Car. Like
we can't.
Bust the Windows Out Your Car is not a great song to me. I don't like Bust the Windows Out Your Car. Need You Bad.
I'm gonna say something that I've been thinking, and I don't know. I feel like you can listen to any Jasmine Sullivan song and get the same feeling. They're all the same song in a different font.
Lions, Tigers, and Bears is different.
Yeah,
Bears is different. But the rest.
Listen, she came out when you were 6. I get it. It's different.
I disagree.
I'm not here for Jasmine slander either, though.
I feel like her albums, each album gives each album gives a vibe, right? And then like the songs all have similar vibes to match that one, but each album is different. And I feel like, yes, you can tell Jasmine's sound, like that's her style. Like you could tell her style, but I wouldn't say her songs sound the same. Like they are very different.
Actually,
I didn't say they all sound the same. That's not what I said. I said you can listen to any Jasmine Sullivan song and get the same feeling.
As a man who didn't directly relate to any of Jasmine's songs on Hotels, I actually enjoyed listening to the album and the added album or whatever, the editions that came out afterwards. I enjoyed it.
It was a fire album, like fire.
She talked about the lived experiences of a woman in her 30s navigating dating and how it's made her feel. And I was able to listen to it and not enjoy and be on the journey with her. Like
so maybe I want to put her with these princesses
because we talked about queens. That's why. We said queen.
But you're saying, but your whole argument
You're
was
changing it to princess. I don't think Jasmine's a princess, and I got you. You're right.
Stop doing that.
You don't even know what side of the fence you on.
Stop doing it. So as you transition to the third one, evoking emotion. So your stance is like Jasmine evokes the same emotion, like she hits that one note. I will agree. I think Summer probably also hits one note, but hits it. Her EP didn't hit the same one. Her EP, she was happy. Then London on the Track came, and so her 2 albums.
He stayed on the track though, which is interesting. I feel like it's a play on all of us.
He did. I don't know. Did he really stay on the track? I think he was doing that like Berry Gordy type stuff. Like, hey, this is gonna be my producer, but I'm an executive producer.
Oh, it was Berry Gordy, Diana Ross kind of stuff.
You know anything about that?
They're going down in history.
Did London on the Track really produce all of Still Over It? Like the way
yeah, I think
he had some writing credits. Like some credits.
But yeah, he produced a lot on there too. But which is really crazy because it's like I'm gonna produce this, but you like dissing me.
I Tina made it work.
But it's like, hey, let's get this money. Like, I guess maybe.
Wow.
So the emotions evoked in SOS are all over the place, and it's dope. Like it's a ride. I'm like,
it's like everything. It's like every emotion,
and I don't feel any of it personal. To Zeke, to your point, I felt the same way in SOS. I'm like, man, I don't relate to none of this. This is nuts, and like she is really owning it. Like she is in there, bro. She got a song talking about I missed you so much, and I had to have sex with this other dude get over you. And then the next song is like, nobody gets me like you do. I'm like, bro, what? Like you are willing to just.
You know what it sounds like? What's that song on Kendrick Lamar's album with Coco Jones? Like, is it Coco Jones?
It's not Coco Jones, but she deserves an honorable mention.
Summer is on Kendrick's album.
No,
is it something?
You talking about
Coco Jones?
You talking about the song
Taylor Page? You talking about Taylor Page, the actress?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, Taylor Page.
I don't know why I said Coco Jones. Whatever.
Coco Jones is dope though. Shout out
to Coco.
Yeah, I was gonna say shout out to Coco Jones, bro. She's definitely dope.
It's not that toxic.
She's a princess.
Next year, we definitely will be talking about Coco Jones.
We'll see. I like her songs, but like, there's nothing.
They give me chills. Her songs give me chills.
I think she's
like Coco Jones is like
the Barry Hillary, but
I feel like next year we're gonna be talking about her. Mark my words. I'm on record.
Yeah, I feel like at some point, like
first of all, I brought this up.
She's like one of those very, very vocally strong like artists for sure. So potentially, you know, in the years to come, she may be in a class of a Jasmine or something like that. Just depends on how it goes.
So out of evoking emotions, no, it's not as toxic as that song, Z. That's the most toxic music I think I've ever experienced. That was like
that's real.
I feel uncomfortable listening. Like, hey, bro, like
to what? Listening to what?
Kendrick, what's it called?
Yeah, that was an uncomfortable listen.
Is it We Cry Together? What is it called?
Yeah, it is.
We Cry Together. It was really, really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's painful.
SOS is not like that. SZA's stuff is not like SZA is more of like, first off, it's sonically really good. To be Corey's point, she tries a bunch of different stuff, but it's super honest and still in rhythm. It's still in flow. Like she don't stop it and like look in my face and like how uncomfortable is it? Now she don't do it that crazy, but
you know what we're pointing out right now that I skipped through that album. Like, guess what we're pointing out right now.
But it's solid in that space. I would say out of evoking emotion, I'll give SZA a nod, even though I really connect. Like I think Summer does a really good job. SZA just did even better. That's all. Who you got for evoking of these three? Which artist evokes the most emotion, most successfully evokes the emotion and has?
Yeah, that's an easy SZA one for me.
I'm gonna say Summer. I'm still on Summer.
I'm gonna say Summer.
Tiebreaker.
2 or all 3?
All three. You could.
He gonna pick Jasmine.
That's fine.
I'm rolling with Jasmine still.
That worked. So then the last. So we are kind of close so far. The last one, cultural impact, relevance, being a part of the music, being bigger than just
that. I would give to SZA. I would give that
to the studio. It's like, hey,
I'm gonna go with SZA.
I would give that one to SZA.
Cultural impact.
Yeah.
Is SZA and Summer Walker?
Hotels is not enough for cultural impact, Isaiah.
But didn't she put both of them on the album?
What? No, who? What album?
You said they on Jasmine Sullivan album?
What does that got to do with anything?
No, but I mean, no. Summer put everybody on her album. She put Ari on there. She put
SZA is on Summer's album.
She put SZA,
everyone,
her,
Usher.
That's not the same album.
Talking about albums.
Actually,
talking about albums.
She only put her and Ari on there, actually.
Yeah, but no, I would say cultural impact. And so this goes back to that piece where I said about her when her started. She's like, I just want to go in the studio, make the music. You listen to music, and I'm done. Like, you don't need to connect anything larger. Like, I don't need to like grow beyond this in any way, become an icon or nothing like that. So of these three, I don't know. I mean, I hear SZA, I hear Summer, I hear Jasmine. Liv, who you got? Did you say SZA?
Yeah.
If I had to argue a point, I would argue that obviously in the songs that I like and that I've listened to, SZA has unlocked an ability to connect by writing in a way that I haven't seen with Summer Walker, because I just can't connect to her experience. I can't connect to neither of their experiences really, but I can at least ride the ride with SZA. Like, riding this ride with Summer Walker is a hurt that I will never feel, and I don't wish it for my daughters. Right? It's like,
I hate to say it, but this man is right. That Isaiah is right now. I hate to say it.
You know, that's very true with that. So that's our categories. We got Jasmine as the standout vocalist. We got SZA as evoking the emotions and tapping into breaking out beyond the music, and we got Summer as having the deepest catalog.
You know what I hate, Brian? That you teed this up and then deliver what you said, and I don't like it because I don't like it. Go no, use your mom voice and tell her to get whatever you tell.
Once them teeth get clenched, like, I ain't trying to talk loud, but I'm
get
you know. And look, and now this new generation got the look. When that camera go off, it's like, man, you better run. Look, honestly, I wanted. Again, my favorite of these artists, like, who do I want to listen to, is Summer Walker. But looking at how we laid it out, it looks like next up, Queen, fake everything cosmetically. SZA.
I mean, Summer Walker is fake.
Got the best BBL in the game.
Summer Walker wants to look like an avatar. I mean,
I'm not even gonna get. There's something to be said about that. Like,
we're not talking about looks.
There's something to be said about the health of the looks. Like, man, as the three of us over on the side raising daughters, it's like, yeah, like, I don't want you to feel like that is necessary. Like, that seems.
I'm sorry. I count 4 people on here that's raising.
Oh yeah, 4.
Or am I geeking?
Yeah.
So no.
Yeah. 4 of us raising daughters. Yes. I don't want them to feel that way. Like, that's necessary. I don't want to shame anybody for making that decision. You need the ability to make your own choice and all that. I don't want to feel like, well, I'm not no armchair psychologist, so I don't know what people are thinking and what they're going through. But it's like, man, is this a cry for help, or you just really like this bag?
Yeah, and like nobody really cared about SZA until she lost weight. Like,
is that true?
No, Drake was messing with SZA a while.
Drake was listening to SZA's music before she lost weight. Let's be for real.
Drake.
Hold on, you just argued that everybody was, didn't you?
Yeah, you did.
I said SZA came out with TDE. Just because she came out doesn't mean that she was popular.
Wasn't her SoundCloud music though? That was Fat SZA.
Was it SZA? That was it SZA now?
It wasn't made.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Let's
Y'all don't have to agree with me. Y'all don't have to agree.
I'm sorry,
but
old SZA.
Was Z? Is Z before she lost the weight or after the?
That was like her first thing, so it had to be
No, she was losing weight by then. She had lost weight by then.
Was her very first.
When she was making music on SoundCloud, like, and wasn't doing videos and stuff, and was just in music videos with TDE and stuff like that. Like, nobody was listening to SZA's music. Like, and she talks about like having to lose weight to feel like she could do videos and stuff like that. So
Lisa Marie Presley, Michael Jackson's ex.
Yeah, she passed away.
She did.
Yeah, she passed away today, like 53, 58, something like that.
Oh, dang.
I didn't know that.
That's crazy.
So, one, I think Jasmine is still better. But SZA's dope. I think Ella Mai did make this conversation, although Booed Up is solid, and I feel like it's worth the mention.
Snow,
I like
Snow didn't get mentioned either.
Snow got mentioned in the chat somewhere, but I didn't even see Ella Mai come up.
Is good. She's great, actually, especially vocally. I just feel like she hasn't made an album that's like
when you get to
body of work that we.
When you get
and the person that I feel like didn't get a mention today that I just want to make sure makes it on the record is Syd. I just feel like Syd should be on the record.
Yes,
Syd is dope. Syd is dope.
It is really, really dope.
Hold on. Help me understand the Queen thing again, Brian. You keep saying all these people are dope.
Okay, you can have dope, like
they don't fit.
Yeah, did you want to? Did Syd make it into the finals? No,
no, but still.
Syd is dope. Syd is really dope.
Syd is really dope.
And like, really think about
Tinashe. It. What's the name? Tinashe. What's her name?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we was talking about
Tiana. It was not that. It wasn't there.
2 on. That's all I know about Tinashe. Her and Drake. 2 on. I don't like Teyana Taylor. I'm gonna go on record. I don't dislike her as a person, and like again,
I like her reality show better than I do her music.
I like her as a
performer. We had a whole Teyana Taylor discussion before you two late Lenny's got on, so y'all can't start spreading negativity.
You know what we can't say? You can't call us old and then start using old quotes like late Lenny's.
Because I wanted to say something else, but I forgot. We got to keep it family friendly.
She's a great performer, though. I wanted to say that, like, she's a great performer. I would rather go to Teyana Taylor concert than sit and listen to the album. I would rather.
Teyana Taylor's last album was fire, though.
All of her albums are fire.
She had that one though. She had with "Don't Disturb" with Chris Brown. Ooh,
yeah,
that song is fire. And she had I have to look back and see it. Yo, what generation is Christina Milian?
Song by Syd. Siba? CYBAH. I can't remember the name. I see it as a DJ, but I don't.
Syd from the internet.
Oh, Syd the Kid?
That's what she
no, she's not Syd the Kid.
I don't know her as Syd. That's why I asked.
Yeah, she was that like a long, like that's
all I know her from. I don't
Squad
that's all I know her from. I don't listen to the internet really, not too much.
The internet is really good.
That's not my realm. Like this isn't even my realm either. For real. Like I'll be here for the sake of conversation.
Steve Lacy. All right. So
yeah, I'm not a Steve Lacy fan.
Any last? Hey, what's her? Victoria Monet. Be on the lookout for her too. She's good. I'll make another prediction.
Don't start getting disrespectful. Don't even start.
I make a reverse prediction. I don't think. Is it Money Long? I don't think she's gonna have a long career.
Money Long has already been in the game since I was in like middle school. Like she's been in the game.
But when was that though?
Yesterday?
She did.
Money Long was like before she was
Money
like 10
Long,
years ago. She was Priscilla Renee. Like, let's really get into it. And she has a catalog. Like Money Long is not new. Her career is long. And I definitely
it is very...
go back but so far because they don't count you with that group, right?
Her album was so good. Like her album was so good.
Her album was actually pretty cool. I liked her album.
Show about her album. That's how good I think the album was.
I don't think she's gonna be a big deal in 2 years. So
I disagree. 2 years. Let's see where it's at because I disagree.
I would argue Phoenix is better than Money Long in 2 years.
Actually, bangers.
Ari is better than Money Long in 2 years. They both
Money Long right now.
I think I feel like they are in two different lanes, but they in their own lanes in the same spot. I feel.
You said they in two different lanes, but they in their own lanes. Right.
In the same spot. Two different lanes in their own lane in the same spot on top of each other. Wait till the baton get passed.
Oh, no. Hold on. I'm about to piggyback on Jordan real quick because I just had to look up what like Priscilla Renee actually was. And Priscilla Renee was like, she was like Carrie Hilson. Like they were on par at the same time doing the same stuff. Not gonna lie. Like
and then she
y'all
got
might not know because they were releasing music like to
Carrie Hilson?
girls. Yeah,
girl Carrie.
She had a song as popular as Pretty Girl Rock.
So, could you play?
That's what I'm saying.
Carrie Hilson had a time. She had a time too. That's the only reason why we're talking about it right now is because she had a time.
We know Carrie Hilson. Like I'm not confused at who Carrie Hilson is. She crossed the Beehive and that was kind of the end. But
we're trying to figure out Priscilla Renee is.
In her rebrand. I don't know. She might. I don't know. She had a long run though. She don't need to get popular again. She already got popular again. Released 2 hits under Money Long, and she already had a hit under Priscilla Renee. So she probably really don't even got to do nothing else.
What's her Priscilla Renee hit? What's this hit?
Dollhouse.
Not a hit.
What?
You don't you
listen to it. Go back and I'm telling you, I promise.
I'm not going to.
You're not familiar. You can't even say like you're not familiar. So
no, I should be familiar if it was a hit.
Yo, that's wow.
They weren't releasing. They were releasing music for middle school girls. So like you might not immediately hear it.
No.
You might hear it. And be like, oh, this was on the radio.
Y'all are not any of these people's demographic.
I do know Carrie Hilson though. Y'all, I mean that's what y'all compared to.
But you weren't listening to Pretty Girl Rock. You probably heard Pretty Girl Rock.
I know. My name is Carrie. Like, come on. I know Pretty Girl Rock.
So were you playing that song? Were you playing that song on your iPod, or did you hear it in passing on the radio and stuff like that?
No, it was this one.
I heard it. Yeah.
So.
And I knew Carrie Hilson.
So what I'm saying is, you probably heard the song in passing, but you're not going to immediately recognize it. I didn't even know until I looked her up because she rebranded. Shit, she did a good job because we didn't even know.
I'm just saying, it wasn't a hit.
You know what? She did so good that I still don't know.
It wasn't a hit. That's all. Hey, 2 years from now, we'll see. And I'm not being critical. Yes, I am. Whatever. It's just a prediction.
You are. It was a hit. I mean, it might not. You might not have listened to it, but it was a hit.
I'm looking at this Carrie Hilson list. She's better than Money Long.
I just used Carrie Hilson as like a like.
So they were at the same level.
Like the staple.
Hey, that Carrie Hilson slow dance still goes to this day.
No. What you said on the record, because we're recording this, was that they're at the same level.
No, that's not what I said. I said she had a hit that came out at the same time and was on par with Pretty Girl Rock. That's
same level in my world.
They were on par with each other. We can go back.
They're not on par with each other.
I said Dollhouse and Pretty Girl Rock were on par with each other.
For the record, that is not true.
That's your opinion.
Pretty Girl Rock and Dollhouse are not on the same level.
You haven't listened to it.
I just played it and nobody knew it but you.
Did y'all hear it and play it?
Brand, did you know Dollhouse by Priscilla Renee?
Y'all might not know.
I actually knew Priscilla Renee, know her before all of this, and I didn't even know the song. But
did you know they was the same person? Did you know this was a rebrand?
I did. Funny story. So I had this Airbnb in LA. We were doing an event in LA. I came back to the Airbnb because there was some other people staying there. And actually, when I came back, Priscilla Renee at the time, she wasn't even Money Long at the time. She was one of the people that was there. And I was actually a little bit annoyed because I'm like, who the fuck is all these people, extra people in the crib? But, yeah, just looking back on it, yeah, it was her.
Was she there for hours and hours?
Yeah, right.
Bad joke, whatever.
But, I didn't know Dollhouse. I'm sorry.
No, that wasn't a bad joke.
And live, and even he didn't know Dollhouse.
Yeah, I did.
If y'all were in middle school and female, y'all probably would know it.
All of middle school and females in 2008, we would know it. No,
this might have. If you weren't in middle school in 2008, you probably wouldn't know it.
Okay.
Well,
there's songs that came out when y'all were in middle school that I don't know.
A lot of them.
plenty.
But here's the
Because I was in middle school before you were
there's
born.
songs that y'all would say that would be like, no, this is a classic, this is a hit, and I would be like, I have literally never heard this before.
Nook, if you brought
live, but the fact that you gave us Pretty Girl Rock is what kills it for me. I'm like, yes,
no, I didn't say that
song.
they were the same, and I literally just said they came out at the same time, and like they were the same demographic.
And that's geared.
Pretty Girl Rock wasn't for y'all,
right? And I know the song.
That's all. That was it. Like, I don't gotta. Yeah. Y'all don't gotta know the song. All I'm saying is she had hits that I know. Now that I looked up who Priscilla Renee actually was, and I only said it because you said she might not have nothing in the next 2 years, and I'm like, shoot, she don't need to, because she was popular in 2009. So I mean, she rebranded, made 2 hits. What else really do she got to do after that?
She should go. Now we should put her. That's whose category Jasmine should be in. There we go.
Oh yeah, thanks a lot. Give me a W, easy.
W.
Nah, but all right, we are right around the. Carrie Hilson was legit. We right around the.
Carrie Hilson was very mid.
Hey, Purple Hearts came out the same year as Plastic on the Couch. So what, they came out at the same time. What difference does it make? You just chose a song from that year to say they was on par with one another?
Yeah.
That was it. You just showed up. So look, in closing, we went through.
You know what, Lewis, guess what? I was wrong here actually on this one. The group decided that Jasmine Sullivan can only sing, and that's not enough to qualify you for Queen.
I guess it's
a decision.
The
decision was she was vocally more talented than everybody else, but that's not enough to make you Queen. You have to have
a catalog.
You have to be heard enough to make
music.
Middle schoolers love it or something. I don't know. Go ahead.
No. You have to have a catalog. You have to be able to evoke a range of emotions, and you have to have relevance beyond just your music. And
just being able to sing and making good songs isn't enough anymore.
Yeah, I mean, she's Yolanda Adams then, basically.
And Yolanda Adams is also a GOAT. So carry on.
Nothing.
You're making my point.
She could be Yolanda Adams. In gospel, all you gotta do is sing.
You know who could sing gospel here? Jasmine Sullivan.
Yeah, so maybe that's the category she should move into.
I'm saying,
but that would be perfect.
But for most of us, that's the proof that you can actually go, like you can actually sing.
Nobody's challenging, right? So that's exactly what I'm saying. Nobody's challenging, like in the gospel lane. That's what matters, and that's it. In the R&B lane, that's very important, and you also need to make a selection of songs. Gospel songs, you got about 10 different songs, and you can just make one of these 10, and you can just keep rolling with it. Like literally, like there's architect. Now we have new people, and they're coming out in these different ways. But growing up in the church, I could get in somebody's choir and start singing right now. I'm like, I figure out the song before it's done. Zeke, you can get on the drums right now at any church and start playing a song you never heard before. Like there is a space in that. So the vocal performance is it. That's all you got. Like, because you're getting this, like you in this box doing the stuff. So you just got to be able to vocally perform.
She needs some more it factor.
Yes.
Bro, this dude just got here and he needs to leave.
That's what B. Porter said though. Like she don't have the it factor to be.
That's exactly what he said.
First of all, you can't co-sign for B. Porter. If he said that, he would have said that he said that.
He said that.
But yeah. So that's wrapping. We're back, y'all. We're gonna do these pretty regularly. I doubt every week. We're gonna get a schedule going.
Not if we go keep coming saying stuff like Beyonce's album wasn't better than Summer Walker's album.
No one said that.
SZA's album.
It wasn't. Let's look.
And somebody said SZA was. Renaissance was subpar. Like
I didn't say that.
Somebody said it in the chat. It's there. It's in the document.
I'm going on the record saying Renaissance is Beyonce's worst album.
Come on. Well, okay, wait. So that's the question. What is her second worst album?
I don't know. I didn't think that far ahead.
That
wasn't prepared for a follow-up question.
Worst album could still be great.
First of all, I had a one hit on this one. Are you trying to go deep?
Her worst album could still be great though. That's my thing with Beyonce. Like
I think what she did on this.
I think her worst album could be listenable, but I don't know if I would classify Renaissance as great.
So I think every album is timestamped. I mean, whether we want to timestamp them or not, they're timestamped. What Beyonce did with this album was said people are locked at home. They want to have fun. They want to enjoy themselves. I'm going to produce an album about people going out, enjoying themselves, and having fun. And guess what happens? Everywhere you go, like they're having listening parties where you play nothing but this album. The album did exactly what she wanted it to do.
A very niche crowd. I don't know if I would go to a Renaissance listening party.
I can hear that. I can hear that. But what I'm saying is the album is doing exactly what she wanted it to do. And at this stage in her career, she doesn't need to come out with this amazing, like she's got an amazing catalog. Now she gets to do what she wants to do. And she's doing that and it's even selling.
So you agree the album's kind of mid?
No, I'm saying I like it. I like it for what it is. I like the album for what she wanted it to do. It gets people up, and it does. It does exactly what it's supposed to do, and it doesn't let you sit down before the next song ends. It's getting you moved into another song. Like it's doing what it wants to do. It's masterful, quite frankly.
Oh,
so I will say, and I'm never one to bring in facts that go against me, but Metacritic compiles all of the scores and reviews and ratings and like ratings of albums, and they're not the end all be all.
There we go.
But
Mo.
they gave SOS a 90 and 8.6. They gave Beyonce a 91 and 8.7. They made Beyonce's the number 4 album and SZA's the number 5. So they agree with you that it is.
So, but but Brian, this is the difference. I don't agree with that score per se, right? Because SZA was coming out with an album for a purpose. They can't be measured in the way that they're quantitatively trying to measure it. And Beyonce came out with her album for a purpose that they're just measuring sales, how many rotations. I'm saying Beyonce came out with this album for a reason. If it sold or didn't sell, she was trying to achieve a thing. I want people to get up and have a good time and enjoy life, dance and enjoy it. SZA came out for a reason. It's hard to measure those two. They're not you don't compare them, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you on that. This one though is not as much about sales. This is about number 16 album of the year is Nas, King's Disease 3. So they're looking at like quality and stuff. I just think it's interesting that the two we're talking about, they think literally are this. They think
5 and 6. I hear you on that.
They think they write 4 and 5, and they got Renaissance as number 4. So hey, people agree with you. I think
so. Her worst album as compared to albums where she wanted to make ballads versus ones that she wanted to make dance songs, and we're trying to compare the two.
Yeah,
right, that's my thing.
Yeah, Dangerously in Love wouldn't really fit on here, you know,
because they're two different albums. I mean, she almost went into Afro beats. I mean, even the beats on this album are very different than any other album she's put out before on purpose. This ain't Lemonade, right? It's like, and I'm not even in the hive in that way. I'm just saying this album is actually, it's a solid album from beginning all the way through.
And on that note,
I ain't been trying to get off this boy every time, and I say something else to make it.
Beyonce is closing off our Queens of This Generation conversation. How fittingly, SZA did her thing. I think really what I most highlighted about was like SOS is amazing. So if y'all haven't really listened to SOS and listened to it, that's the only reason she's like this conversation is happening like this, and then she's in this and moving in space. Is like one album that came out 4 weeks ago is that good that it's changed like the conversation on where she is in this generation and all that stuff. So check it out.
And FKA Twigs is number 3.
It's number 3. Well, look, is it number 3? They got super Rosalia and Nova twins. I don't know stuff that's not with us. So all right, yeah, no. Yeah, Beyonce wasn't in the debate really.
She didn't age out of this debate. She didn't. Because guess what? She sold an album that's number 5 and SZA's is number 6. She didn't age out. Y'all put her out. She didn't age out though.
It's a different debate. And I'm leaving.
All right.